Hello everybody, how you doing? We Paddy from across the shuck, and I hope you're all doing well and you've had a good week. Well, a wee filler in week. What have I been up to? I hope you enjoyed the video on the snake knot. There was quite a few people that asked me to do the snake knot, so it was nice to do something different just out of the blue. Um, I'll have to tell you, boys, this collector knives Viper that we bought for this podcast crew is an absolute gem of a knife. I am so enjoying using it. I'm grabbing this now more than I'm grabbing my Benchmade proper. And I loved that knife. You know I love that knife. I've said it so many times on the channel. It's one of my most used. This I am absolutely loving. Really, really good quality knife. Highly recommend it. I'm so looking forward to getting down and doing the wee shelter. But to be honest with you, I'm going stir crazy here. The weather has just been miserable. Everywhere is just sodden wet. And then, I don't know, I'm sure it's the same everywhere now, the States as well as here. This coronavirus has taken over blooming everything. So I don't know what's going to happen there. We're just waiting to see. We still haven't closed down schools and all here in the northern part of Ireland, although it is starting to happen now. And pubs and all, pubs down south have closed. But up north, we're still open for a wee bit longer. And in the UK itself on the mainland. So, I don't know what's going to happen with the virus. I'm just hoping that your big knife show doesn't get cancelled. But if it does, it's only a knife show. It'll be there the next year, you know what I mean? It's not as important as people's health. And it's funny, where I live in an apartment block. It's over 55s. You have to be over 55 to have an apartment here. But there's an awful lot of elderly here that are over 70. And shortly it looks as if the UK government is going to tell 70-year-olds to stay indoors for, they reckon it could be 2 months. So I'm wondering how that's going to work with people like me and Sally who are under 70. But we're off an age now, whether we'll just get lumped together with everybody and have to stay in a wee apartment block. Because I think if that's the case, we're going to elope and we'll go down to the caravan and just stay there for the summer. To me, that's better than being stuck here. I'd rather down the caravan. So we'll just see how we're playing it by ear at the minute. We're playing it by ear, like everybody is, and just giving our thoughts to those who've actually got the virus and they're suffering at the minute. That's more important than what we're planning to do socially. So, still can't yet get to use that proper, or not that proper, the Viper doing the wee hobo shelter, but don't worry, it will be done without fail. I'm really looking forward to it. Next thing on the agenda, we're only about 12 spaces, that's either $5 or £4. There's only about 12 spaces left, and we're going to have enough money to buy the second knife, which I just can't thank you enough. That's amazing. You're a hell of a crowd of people. And don't forget, the same thing applies. I'll do a draw once we reach the money and we get the knife. I'll do a draw and you'll get a t-shirt, a knife, some Paddy swag, and that will be sent to you wherever you are in the world. So about 12 places left. So if you want in for the chance of winning this t-shirt, and the amount of people actually want to buy the t-shirt is quite touching. But as like I've said, they're not for sale. It's for our little podcast crew here on a Monday who sort of make the decisions about a lot of what's happening during my channel during the week, i.e. doing knots, tying knots, doing cup tests, doing whatever that you want. And that's why I'm enjoying this, where you partake and you give me ideas of what you want to do. This week I have a couple of wee ideas for you because we're in between knives at the minute. And the knife that we're trying to get is and just in case you didn't know, the knife we're trying to get is the Spyderco LC200 Native 5. And what we're going to do, the challenge for that is going to be wood carving, because I don't know what LC200 does in wood. No idea whatsoever. So it'll be nice to carve a spoon or something. I've thought a spoon. If you can think of something else, I'm not artistic. So a spoon is probably the best. Probably a teaspoon is probably the best I'm going to do that. So we'll carve a teaspoon or something just to see what it's like. That'll give me enough. That'll give you enough to see whether it's something you would like in your armoury. We're going to writ dye the yellow scales. We're going to writ dye it red. just to do a root die. I'll do that live on the channel. I see Zach done one last night, so we'll do ours and we'll do it live on the channel as well. Go and see Zach's one. I'll put it down below. If I remember, I'll put it down below, but everybody knows Zach. If you go, he done a root die last night, purple on one of the new bug outs. Looked amazing. What else have I got in my head? Yes, to be part of this podcast crew, you just have to watch. If you want in for the t-shirt and the swag and a wee knife, it's just my saying, so it's just going with it. So that all you got to do is go down below the PayPal and donate £4 or $5, and for each amount of that you do. So say if you put $10 in, you would get 2 chances at winning the t-shirt, and I'll do a draw like we done last month. So I mean, it's gone really fast. I thought it would have took much longer than this, and it's gone really fast, which I'm grateful for. I mean, it's great because I get to do another knife and we get to do challenges with it. And don't forget, if there's any other challenges you want to see this knife doing, the Viper, please let me know. And if I get time before we get our other knife and get it up and running. Now, this is the difference. The knife that we're getting is nearly $140. It would be the equivalent, it's £140 over here. But I'm not having to send to America, I'm having to pay customs and all, so it's still going to be cheaper. I mean, what's that, about 160, nearly $170 for a Native 5 in the Salt series over here in the UK. And that's the difference in the price that we have to pay over here. And that's why it's great getting the help, to be honest with you. It's just so good getting the help to get it. But anyhow, any challenges, any more, just keep popping them up. And if like I say, I'm not going to do everything, but if I find one that I've got a space in the schedule, we'll do one. That's the whole point of being part of the podcast. You get a say in what's happening. And you don't have to do anything for that say. Just watch the podcast. It's not a regime of you give money to get a say. That's not it. It's you're just part of the podcast by watching. And we've got a good wee clientele building up, which that enjoy. It's again brings it a bit closer. Look, I'm sure you all know by now, I try to answer most comments, but I'm not a great talker on these push button devices. It's just not me. I was never brought up like it. If I talk to you face to face, I could talk all day long. But put me hitting a wee thing. Some people are on there, I'm on talking to people at night, and they've got 3 or 4 conversations going. I can barely get one done. It takes up my whole night. I can't watch TV because I can't do this and watch this. So I'm not great at having long conversations. So forgive me. If that's what you want, I'm not the boy to sub to you. But I do like to answer your questions. If there's a question there, I really like to answer it the best of my ability. Because some of the questions at a wee live feed last night, I got a booster for my Wi-Fi because when I was going live, I was getting cut off, but I got cut off again last night. So the booster didn't work at all, to be honest with you. Although it seems to have worked with our gadgets in the house, but it didn't work with that live broadcast. So I'll have to keep trying again or change my Wi-Fi. What have I got planned for this week? Well, I think, now I'm going to tell you what I think, and then you can let me know down below. I'm trying not to just do review after review after review after review of nights. I want different ones. So for this week, I'm going to do a review on not this beautiful Laguille, or Laguille, whichever way you want to say it. This is a beautiful, beautiful Laguille with the file work on the spine. A beautiful, beautiful piece of cutlery. French cutlery at its finest. So, with a Laguille, I don't know whether I'm just going to set my wee puffer over there. If you don't know it, when you're closing them, you have to hold on to them because they will bash off the back of the knife. They don't have anything here to stop them. So, you have to actually hold it. I took it out the other day and I hadn't had it out for ages and I just went snap and let it go. And I have actually, I don't know whether you will see this or not, but just up in here, I have 2 chips out of the end of it. Let me just see if I can get that. If you can see that. Can you see? There's 2 chips where I smacked it. There we go. You can just see the chip just about here on the blade itself. So I'm going to do a wee sharpening video how to get rid of chips my way, which is different to a lot of people's ways. But I mean, nearly all my sharpening come from Jeff Jewell. He taught me most things I know, but I've used other people like Super Steel Steve and other people are about to get tips on how to fix chips, because we all get chips on knives. Don't blame the steel all the time. Sometimes it's just user chips. This was user chips. So this is I think this is just 12C27 or T12 steel, whatever that is. But so I'm going to repair that this week on video. And the other thing I was doing, I was sitting the other night, and whatever I've done, I went because it's just been over 3 years I've been on YouTube. So I went back in my videos to the very first video, and I was looking at the first video, and lo and behold, it was on a Ganzo. And it was a Ganzo. I had used the old thing, the Delicate Killer, because this is just the copy of, well, not a copy because there's a forward choil. It is different, and it's got Ganzo marked on it, so it's not a clone or a rip-off as such. But the title of the video was Delicate Killer, and I had a Delica which Sally had bought me that Christmas, and this was just shortly after Christmas when I started. And this is one of the first knives that I bought to review on the channel. And I thought, I've still got this knife. After 3 years, I've never got rid of it. And do you want the real reason I haven't got rid of it? It's a flipping good knife. It's 440C, whereas everything else that was about me at the time was HCR13 or worse, in budget knives. So 440C was 3 years ago. I just loved it. It was great. The retention's not bad. This one's been sharpened quite a few times, as you'll see how far up it's gone. I used it in different sharpening videos. But what a smashing little everyday carry knife. Every bit as good as the Delica. 440C is not as good as VG10, but it's not a whole lot of difference for what you're going to use a wee knife like this for. But so I still have it after 3 years. So then I thought, what else do I have? What else have I kept and used from that first couple? What I've done is I was going back there a couple of months. I don't want to go further back, but just a couple of months, and some of the knives that I had on the channel. And what I'm going to do is going to pick them out, talk through them if I've got them. Just all I'm going to do is show knives that I've still got that I had in that first 3 months. So whenever I'm doing it, you can go back to the beginning and check that I'm not talking a lot of old twaddle, which I tend to do sometimes. But so there's one that I've had. It's a wee Ganzo, and what is it? I can never remember the number designation on it. It is the F759M, isn't it? The F759M. I don't think it was all them numbers when I first started. I don't think this is the original knife, but I think I had swapped it because I gave so many of these away. These were my giveaway knives. I gave them to friends, family. They were so good. But this is the same colour and everything as my original knife, but I'm sure it wasn't, it didn't have an M and all after it. But anyway, no, because it says Firebird, and Firebird wasn't a thing when I first came around. So, but it's still that same knife that I have, which pleased me. So there we go. So I'm thinking of doing a video of the knives that I had the first couple of months after I started. And I'm going to call out a few like JT's Knife, like people who started Slicey Dicey, the people who started in and around my time, and ask them to see if what have they still got from their first, say, 2 months of videos, say 3 months of videos. And I think that'll be a bit more interesting to see what we had then and if we've kept them, if they're still usable knives. Only 3-year-old, this thing, it's like a car. It's not done after 3 years. But then when I had that out and I was thinking, this was not expensive, but I still had to save for my knives then because I didn't have a budget for knives. I was just starting. I didn't realise the trouble I was going to be in once you get hooked on knives. So, and I was sitting thinking, there's a difference. 3 years ago, I found just under £20. This was, well, I don't mind buying that. That's not bad. I bought Sally bought me the Delica, but that was a Christmas present. And I mean, the Delica here then was nearly 3 years ago. It was about £60 or £70, which was a hell of a price for a knife. Still, it was a hell of a price to pay for a knife if you're not a knife collector, and I'd only just started. So I've still got the exact same delicate as Sally bought me. It is still there. The delicate is there, well sharpened, and it's been stropped so many times now. It's got a beautiful finish on it. To be honest, I don't use it much anymore now. The odd time I'll take it out to cut just a string or something. But I was thinking there's a difference, for the average knife that I had then was say £20. And then sort of going on last year, I'm buying knives at £300. And, what is the difference to somebody who's not a knife person? Where is the £280 difference? It's a hinderer. I know that, but somebody in the street doesn't. They see blue plastic and a shiny blade. It's just, so there you are. That's the knife community in a nutshell. We are just Cadbury's fruit and nutcakes that buy expensive knives. But it made me giggle, and I thought, yeah, that's what I want to do. I just want to do some of the older knives that I've got in my collection that I still keep, but I don't bring out very often now. And I think I should bring them out more often. A wee puff to keep me talking. So that's what I've got planned for this week. Obviously, I leave a gap because I would like you to come up with something during this wee show, at the end of this show down below. Any wee things that you want me to do. I say I'm going to do the sharpening video, fix the chips. I'm going to do that video. So I need another one for the week that you would sort of nominate. Now, whether it's something to do with the Viper or not, it doesn't have to be. But if it's something else you want to see with that, by all means let me know, and we'll give it a bash. If it's feasible. But so don't forget, again, there's only about 14 spaces left, and then we'll be doing another redraw for a t-shirt. And so I was saying that earlier on, t-shirts. The amount of people want to buy the t-shirts, but I'm not doing that. I'd said in the beginning, and I'm just going to stick to it as my word, I don't want, people donating for this bit is special to me. It's really special. And to get a knife and to do the little tasks so that's really special, and that gets a bond between me and this wee crowd of people on a Monday night who listen to my waffle. So I'm not, for those who have asked me, thank you very much for asking, but it's just part of the podcast crew. It costs £4 or $5 a bash. This is not every month. It's just put it in, and for each time we're doing a knife, you'll get a go in the draw, and you only need one to win it. I mean, some people have put in £25 this month, which is just brilliant. There's a stack of goes they're going to get towards a t-shirt. But most people just put in one, and you're going to get a go at winning a t-shirt that nobody else will have except the podcast crew. So if you want to see a picture of the t-shirt, it's already posted and gone to America. I'm hoping he's going to get it very shortly. I'm hoping he's going to let me know. So it's gone to America, and hopefully he'll get it within the next day or so, I would have thought. It's been nearly a week now. I suppose I got it on the Monday, Tuesday. When did I send it? Tuesday or Wednesday I sent it. I sent it away to him. So he should have it very shortly, and it'll be nice to see what he thinks of it. So there we go. A little short, sweet. Looking forward to getting this new Native 5. I think that's going to be a great challenge, and it's something I'm going to be able to do at the weekends down the caravan. I can spend a day just whittling, but I can sit out in the veranda, whittle, and take videos of different times of it. I'm not just going to sit and do the whole thing, because God knows how long it'll take me. But I'll be able to do it in stages that you'll see it being whittled from a stick to a spoon. Hopefully. So there we go. I'm excited for that. And I'm excited to read that and see how that comes out. I've never done something as bright as a yellow to a red, so that'll be nice to see that. And I'm quite looking forward to see what red and the silver blade looks like. I know red and a black blade is beautiful, but with a silver blade, it'll be interesting to see what it looks like. Little things they are, 3 years that you haven't done, that just you get such pleasure at trying different things. So start thinking of the next knife, I mean, hopefully this week and the next couple of weeks we'll get more people, fill them wee spots, and we can then get this knife and then move on to another knife. And start thinking what the next knife you would like to be, would like to get, and the things you would like to do for it. So it's an ongoing process. Now, from the comfy big chair, Paddy as we smoke, there's a cup of tea over there. The wife's in the sewing room. I'm going to go and watch some videos. Thank you so much for listening, watching, for donating to the cause. Roll on the podcasters. Looking forward to it. And I'm away now. Take care. Cup of tea time. All the best. Bye bye now. Bye now. Bye.